Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond the Veil Tarot and Astrology. My name is Candace Marie, and I am back at it with your monthly horoscope for August of 2025. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm excited to be here. Honestly, August is a cosmic roller coaster this month. We're going to be seeing a lot of stuff going on. We've got some bold Leo vibes, obviously, and a game-changing Aquarius full moon. Now, Mars is going to be shaking things up in the sign of Libra, and I'll be breaking down your personal sign's horoscope with a focus on the month ahead, where it is kind of hitting in your houses, what's going on with your chart ruler, and how to make sense of it all. So please enjoy these personalized horoscopes for your sun, moon, or rising sign to slay August's energy. Now, you guys can take a look at this list right here. These are all the transits that I'm going to be going through for your horoscope this month. Equally, they're going to be down below in the description if you would like to make a copy of them. But the major highlights, obviously, month kicks off with the sun in Leo, and then we're going to see Mars entering into Libra on August 6th. We'll have a full moon in Aquarius at 16 degrees. That'll be taking place on August the 9th. Now, Mercury will be going direct in Leo, which means the Mercury retrograde's over. Still have a little bit of shadow. That'll be taking place on August 11th. And the longly anticipated, Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, also on August 11th. Now, the sun then shifts into Virgo on the 22nd of the month, and we will see the first of two Virgo new moons, okay? So that's kind of rare and unusual. The second one will be a solar eclipse in September of 2025. So knowing that we're about a few short weeks out from coming into September's eclipse season, know that some of you guys might start feeling the rumbles of change. So in particular, if you have any personal planets or placements in the signs of Virgo or Pisces, that's what you guys are really going to be wanting to look for. Now, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And without further ado, let's get started. Hey, Taurus and Taurus rising. Welcome to your August 2025. I'm excited to chat with you about what's going on this month. This is a very bold and dynamic month. For you guys, August is really your time to shine, okay? Both at home and also when it comes to your creative spark. You're going to find that focus this month is really on, nurturing your roots, expressing your passions, and Venus, your chart ruler, is going to be starting the month in Cancer. So it's going to be moving through your third house. Eventually it will go into Leo. You'll see that later in the month. But before that happens, you're going to see an extra sweet Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter is exalted here. So this is extra lucky, and you're going to see some positive things revolving around your third house before it moves into your fourth house, which is going to be later around the 25th of the month. Now, this will definitely be bringing some warmth, I think, to communication, maybe siblings, neighbors, good luck revolving around media, good luck revolving around cars, vehicles, and learning. And then it's going to kind of bless your home life. So I would say get cozy, but don't resist change, because there is still some change in the air when it comes to the home front. Now, if we break down the transits in order, we are going to see that at the beginning of the month, the sun is starting in the sign of Leo. So it's moving through your fourth house of home. Basically, this means that home and family is what's taking center stage. And this might be a time where some of you guys are going, okay, I am throughout the Mercury retrograde, renovating, reassessing, I'm moving, I'm going back home, I'm redecorating, with loved ones, or just rethinking your home space. So there is some kind of glow up that's going on when it comes to your private home life right now, and that'll continue throughout the month. You'll see on August 6th that Mars is going to move into the sign of Libra. So Mars is connected to relationships. It also deals with hidden subconscious things. It moves into your sixth house, which is going to be about work, productivity and health routines. Mars actually doesn't do too bad going into the sixth house. And so this can be a time where you're really focusing on having a new relationship with your health and habits. And that could be something like you're going to the gym and you're working out with a coworker, or you're working out with a spouse. Maybe you're joining a new fitness center. This can also be a time where you just want to kind of keep in mind, you don't want to overdo it, okay? Because there can be some themes of overdoing it, and you're going to feel very productive. So get your to-do list ready. Now, what we'll see a few days later on the 8th of the month is Mars will come into an opposition with Saturn in Aries. And this is a little tricky, okay? So the 6th house is dealing with more like your coworkers, your health, your habits. And the 12th house is going to be more things that are hidden, stuff that's unconscious, stuff that you don't see kind of going on behind the scenes. So, when this opposition happens, oppositions are difficult. It creates some stress and tension. You'll find that, the 8th, 9th, and 10th, there is this theme of like work or health goals, and there is some resistance, okay? So you have to pace yourself. You could have burnout. You could also be more prone to pulling a muscle, having an accident, or obviously straining something. Especially Libra can deal with like the back, the lower back, anything that's connected to that. And I just want you to pace yourself. You want to be disciplined when it comes to your work and your health and your lifestyle, but you can't overdo it. And there is a need for you to focus on like mind, body, spirit balance. So it's not just the physical actions that bring health. It's also you need equal time for balance, meditation, reflection, rest, right? So we want to find that balance. Now, on the 9th of the month, you will then see a full moon in Aquarius, and that'll be taking place at 16 degrees in your 10th house. So if you happen to have any placements in Taurus that's around 15, 16, 17 degrees, you'll be feeling the square from this particular full moon. And it's going to make you the focal point between the sun in your home house of Leo and the moon in Aquarius in your 10th house of career. It's possible that with this full moon in your 10th house, there is a significant career breakthrough, okay? And this could also be a big shift when it comes to your public image. And it's about taking the time to really, put yourself in the spotlight and enjoying the spotlight. So it can be a time where there is a professional evolution. It can also be a time where you're launching something into the world, you're starting a job, you're making a big announcement. Now that's brought on by Uranus, which is the ruler in your 2nd house. So I think that a lot of Taurus and Taurus risings are going to go, oh, I'm making some change when it comes to, my budget at work, or, their salary changes, or perhaps maybe you're excited to announce that, now there is like a secondary business, or maybe you're bringing money in and it's a secondary income stream. And it's something that might be inconsistent, but it's something that's definitely coming in nevertheless. So I hope you guys enjoy that full moon in your career house. And then on the 9th of the month, we're going to see then Mars in your 6th house come into opposition with Neptune. Now, once again, dealing with the 6-12 house axis, this can bring about some confusion at work or with health. And you need to double check your plans, really focus on taking practical steps when it comes to your health and focusing on clarity. I think a lot of this is also going to be a potential point where, there could be issues with feeling exhausted and having a lot of work to do and experiencing burnout. And then by the same token, it can mean, well, if there's something that you didn't see that you overlooked at work, there could be some kind of squabble or some kind of conflict with coworkers. You're like rushing to kind of meet the demands of someone or something. So it's going to be a little tricky to see things clearly at work or deal with like health-related matters. So be careful with both of those on the 9th. Now, on the 11th of the month, Mercury goes direct in Leo, and it has been retrograde for several weeks now in your 4th house of home. So this is why I said that, it's been a process of you kind of clearing up some of the communication with home and family or with roommates. Maybe there has been a reassessment of, okay, where am I moving? What am I doing? Or what's changing with the home, the home life. Could also be a realization. And Mercury is going to kind of deal with what's going to make you happy at home, also creativity and children, as well as money and finances. So good time to finalize home plans or contracts if you've been waiting to move or, buy a property or sign on something. This might be a time that you do it. Now, on the 11th, we will also see Saturn in Aries coming into a sextile with Uranus in Gemini in your money house. Saturn and Neptune are in your 12th house. It's a little bit more kind of hidden and subconscious, but I see this as an opportunity where financial innovation meets inner discipline, inner vision. this is a good time to really focus on trusting your instincts, especially when it comes to money matters. And I think that on one hand, Saturn and Neptune is like a lot of, let me think about it before I buy it. Let me sleep on it before I make the investment. What is my gut telling me, right? What are my dreams telling me? Before you kind of take any wild chances, especially when it comes to possessions, resources, and finances. So I predict that if you trust your gut, you're actually going to find that there can be more stability when it comes to your financial growth as well as your self-esteem. Also on the 11th, we will see the big, highly anticipated Jupiter-Venus conjunction in Cancer. Very, very good for my Libra and Taurus placements, as well as Cancer placements. So all of you guys are going to enjoy this. You only get this conjunction roughly every 12 years. And even then, it's not always guaranteed. So looking at this, I think that this is going to be wonderful for you guys when it comes to third house topics. Lucky convos, right? Learning opportunities, buying new cars, signing contracts that can be very beneficial and fortuitous for you. It could also mean that there is like a new website going up. There is a new media or podcast that you're putting out, making some kind of like significant announcement, and also receiving a lot of joy and love and support potentially from your close relatives, your neighbors, and probably getting some really good feedback or some like love letters, I would imagine. So this is really good for just charming communication. So focus on networking and writing if you can. And then on the 22nd of the month, the sun will leave Leo. It's going to go into Virgo in your 5th house, where it's going to be all things creativity and romance. But Virgo is about getting practical. So you're going to want to get practical about some of these things. Yes, you will be given the opportunity to focus on, joyful, grounded kind of projects and having more structured fun. I think that's the theme. Virgo is a fellow sister Earth sign. So you're going to like the fact that you have some support that's coming from, planets going through Earth. Honestly, it's going to be like one of the only real stabilizing things. So it's going to be like an anchor for you because everything else is going to be in air, fire, or a little bit of water. Now, shortly after that, you're going to see on the 23rd, there will be a new moon in Virgo. And this is actually one of two. We will see one at 0 degrees that'll be happening on the 23rd. Next month in September, we have a solar eclipse in Virgo. So you almost get the opportunity to double down. The universe is giving you more opportunities to say, okay, I want to take more risks. I want to have more fun. I want to find love. I want to be creative. I want more playtime. So what you want to do here is set intentions for new creative or a new romantic chapter. You're trying to get pregnant, if you're trying to get involved in stocks and investing, if you're wanting to feel a little bit more lucky, and also giving you the room to start initiating new creative projects. This is what you want to do, and I would say approach this with a fresh sense of passion. On the 25th of the month, you will see Venus enter into the sign of Leo. So, a woman might come and stay with you. It might be family visiting. This could also be kind of indicating that you're wanting to kind of get your home organized or in order, or you're wanting to kind of balance everything out, make it feel a little bit more warm, kind of loving and beautiful and attractive. It's also possible that you just want to make it a little bit more glamorous. Like you want your home to feel a little bit more glamorous. So maybe hosting a gathering or redecorating can be good. Focus on radiance, right? Open up the blinds and the windows, bring in some bright orange or yellow flowers, maybe do some accents that are going to be kind of gold or yellow. So you're kind of sending the summer off in a very beautiful way. And then finally, on the 28th of the month, you're going to see Uranus that will sextile Saturn. So Uranus still hanging out in unpredictable Gemini in your money house, sextiling, Neptune. This is similar in terms of the aspects that you see with Saturn, but it's going to be more about now making intuitive financial moves or spiritual insights about your worth. I think you're going to feel a little bit more inspired when it comes to changes with your values. I think that the way that you're looking at values is shifting, and a lot of that's because Uranus is in your 2nd house, but that's also the Mercury retrograde, which has been influencing the Uranus transit. So maybe you're suddenly going, well, I didn't necessarily need to have a big fancy house. I need to have something that's going to be a little bit more me and something that's going to be having a little bit more personality. It can also mean that there have been some shifts revolving around the way that you look at family. So it's got you kind of thinking about, okay, what am I feeling like I'm ready to let go? How can I step into this new home or potential family chapter? So personal advice I'd give for you guys, I would say the Venus transits this month are wonderful. Thankfully, it'll be playing and harmonizing with Saturn and Neptune. So it's going to help you, I think, feel very divinely inspired, especially when it comes to home and family. You're also going to see it sextile Mars in Libra in your 6th. So this is a good time to like clean your house, decorate, zhuzh it up a little bit. Maybe feel like you are even decorating or working on a private space, a meditation space, a private part of your home that you're either working in, or your closets, your bedrooms. So I think it's good for that. And I really encourage you guys, as Mars is going into your 6th house, to really focus on finding more work-life balance, especially when it comes to fitness or your work routine. So rest when needed, guys. That's going to be the lesson. If you guys are feeling like you're swinging to one side or the other of doing too much or not doing enough, you're going to see very quickly where you need to kind of find the balance in your routine. So that'll be around the 8th. Maybe try meal prepping. That might be helpful. Maybe focus on, communicating and talking to your partner about ways that they can kind of help you find the balance if you're in a relationship. Loving that Venus-Jupiter conjunction. I would say take a short trip if you can around mid-month. Maybe share your thoughts with other people revolving around, media or writing or posting. Like, you can get a lot of traction in these departments. And I would say your words are very magnetic this month. Just avoid overcommitting to people, because there can be a tendency of overcommitting to stuff here. When you have that full moon, that new moon in Virgo, I highly recommend that you start a new creative hobby, or just start making more time for the things that you love, maybe flirting with intention, and remind yourself that you create joy as well as purpose. Okay. So Taurus, August is a month that is very grounding for you. And I think it really is going to help make your creativity soar. So remember, Venus is your guide. Lean into beauty and connection, as well as anything that deals with self-expression. The card that I got for you for the month ahead is the Hanged Man, which is interesting because this is very much, I think, like that Saturn Neptune energy in your 12th. Yes, this is a card that deals with Neptune. This is a card that deals with Pisces. And I think really what it's kind of highlighting is you want to lean into some of the Venus trine to Saturn and Neptune. Think about it, reflect, meditate, right? Sleep on it. There's no need to make any real serious pivotal moves. And that could be literal too, because I know a lot of you guys are debating whether or not you're going to be moving, where you're going to be living, what's changing with your home. Navigate some of these changes in a much more intuitive way and ask yourself, is it the right time? Maybe not. Okay. Should I be looking in this area? Oh yeah, that feels right. Okay, I'm going to do that. Because this is not really about movement. This is about pause and reflect. And this is also kind of feeling like you're in a situation where you're stuck. But I think actually the retrograde has been holding some kind of change back, because actually something better is coming in. So it could mean that you end up finding a better place, or you end up finding a better contractor, or you end up finding something that's more affordable, or something that's got a more beautiful garden. Something like that is going to happen for you. So I hope you enjoy this, and let me know what happens. All right, so that's your August 2025 horoscope. I hope it's helpful for you guys. Obviously, this month is all about balancing moves with inner clarity. Drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing with this month's energy. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and sharing is caring. You also want to make sure that you check out your sun, moon, and rising predictions. You got to look at all 3 videos to kind of get a general insight as to what's going to be going on this month. And make sure you guys are subscribed. You want to stay in the know with some of the eclipses that are going to be coming next month in September. Now you can see more about me and my work, book a personal reading, pick up a personal transit calendar, or I teach astrology as well as tarot. So check out the links below. Head over to my website at beyondtheveiltarot.com. Until then, I'll see you guys the next month. I hope August is a beautiful month for you.